moment as well as the national anthem. But this is another thing that Wheaton is going to see as they play tonight and as they played last night, but really the opposition choosing to sit in a good percentage of their players behind the ball and really play for that counterattack. This is a Wheaton team that loves to play wide, loves to play towards the end line. We've seen it for the last few years, playing towards the end line and then looking to get balls back negative across the box, and really seen great success on that throughout the course of the entire season. This is a Wheaton team that's distributed the ball very well. Kish Kunis coming off double-digit assists last regular season. This year she's got 9, looking to pick up her 10th assist. Then you look at 2 other players that have really stepped up for the Thunder this year, as most people expected them to. Jamie Orweiler, CCIW Player of the Year, 11 goals and 14 assists coming into the game tonight. Carrie Shannon, 12 goals and 11 assists, and you really can't say enough, Rusty, about Carrie Shannon. She has really elevated her gameplay in the center of the pitch. Shannon going from a player that you knew you could count on day in, day out, to a player that you can not only count on day in, day out, but one that also is able to put the statistics up to match the level of play that you know she's capable of.
Yeah, Shannon was one last year where she was kind of content being a role player. You had Brittany Berg and Ellie Kopelman, and you had the forwards that had the scoring, and she was kind of stuck more even dropping back as a defensive midfielder, playing on the edges. This year she's joining the attack more. She's pushing forward. She now leads the team in goals with 12, tied for the team lead in points. Actually, I think Orweiler retook the lead with the last assist. So she owns the point lead. But really, Shannon's become almost that X factor for the Thunder. The Thunder haven't lost a game in which she scored. So you like to see it when Carrie Shannon puts the ball in the back of the net, because really it opens up your passing to the outside. It gives you those threats on the edges. You stretch defenses from the inside out, and that's going to be important against this back line of Capital. They're led by Lauren Roy, and they are a tight-knit group. You see this line move in harmony as if there is a string going between them. When they shift, it's almost like when you play foosball, you've got to move the entire line at once. That's exactly the kind of command that Lauren Roy has of this Capital back line. And last night when we saw Alma would move forward, all of a sudden you look up and there's 6 or 7 white shirts are already behind the ball, already in place. They're lined up. They know where they need to be. They know what area they need to cover, and that's going to be their biggest asset, because the Thunder will possess well. They're going to possess better than Alma did. They're going to play more wide open than Alma did last night, as Alma never really put the numbers forward to present a serious attack. They would possess, but they never added those numbers. The Thunder will pour forward with numbers, and Capital's got to be ready on the defense to sustain wave after wave after wave, because that's what this Thunder offense will do with you. Right now we will send it down to the field as we have the playing of tonight's national anthem.
That was the national anthem, and as both sides get ready to go through and shake hands before the game, let's get you the names that are on the back of these jerseys, and starting with the Crusaders out of Capital University. In goal is going to be Maggie Donnellan, and the goalkeeper for this Crusader team has started 21 of the 22 games that they have played, 83% save percentage. She's got 8 shutouts on the year, more than any Thunder goalkeeper, really more than you look at Graham with 4 and Beretta with 3. So this is a girl that can protect the net for sure. She's going to be joined on the field by Gustin, McLennan, Irwin, Els, Thompson, Zimmer, Fiorelli, who had the goal yesterday for them to advance them here to the second round, Phillips, Geiger, and that back, Rusty, that you mentioned just a little bit ago, Lauren Roy out of Toledo, Ohio. They are headed up by Chris Coons, his first year as the head coach. And let's take a look across the lineup card at the Wheaton starting lineups.
Yeah, well, first of all, we'd like to point out that there are no names on these jerseys. So just a subtle correction to that.
This is true. This is it's all about the team.
Yeah. So in goal for the Thunder, you have the freshman Kelsey Graham, a local product out of Wheaton, and then the return of Allie Kopelman up front. The Thunder were without her services last night. The other 9 will be Caitlin Kishkunis, Jamie Orweiler, Laura Karsten, Carrie Shannon, Esther Tan, Val Lilly, Aaron Strom, Anna Siebold, and Caitlin Liebedor. And again, now with the return of Kopelman, you'll probably see some formational changes back to more of what we're used to seeing for the Thunder. You saw Shannon push up a little bit more last night. You saw in her place Ann Turner. So essentially they were playing with 2 defensive mids with Turner and Karsten. And so really the Thunder were kind of changing things around with the loss of Kopelman. And with her back tonight, it will be a much more front-heavy attack for the Thunder. Keep in mind their bench will be short. They don't have Grace McKenzie available after the injury from last night. So McKenzie not available off the bench. So they'll have to go a little bit deeper off the bench.
Capital wearing purple, purple, and purple. Jersey, shorts, and socks. And my mom usually told me that didn't match when I came down the hall for high school, getting ready to go, but it works on the pitch. And Wheaton, white, blue, and white, orange numbering on the back of Wheaton's jerseys. It's going to be Capital ball moving left to right across your radio dial. You can catch this game live on WETN.org if you're not watching it already. Capital moving in towards the top of the attacking third. This is Thompson with it. Goes near side for Geiger, and she sends it into the box. And going down in the box is Phillips. She may have been tripped up there, but rarely will you see a penalty kick called within the first 25 seconds of the game.
Yeah, and Phillips a little slow to get up as she is down on the right side of the box, so they will wait for her to get up as... So you like the initial attack as they will stop the clock as Phillips gets all the gears straightened back out. You like the initial attack by Capital. Take that opening possession, send it right into the teeth of the defense, challenge this back line of the Thunder. And now they're going to push up a little bit. We didn't see them do this a whole lot against Alma, but that's almost going to be a go-to against the Thunder is you've got to pressure these backs because they possess the ball so well against the back line that you need some sort of forecheck in order to rush that possession.
Ball comes into Capital possession. This is Gustin with it just across midfield. Now played forward, trying to find Phillips. It's taken away, though, by Lilly. Now to Carson, and sends it off the outside of the foot of Orweiler. Bringing it down on the left side will be the ball girl out of bounds. Throw in for the Thunder outside the attacking third on the far side. Tossed in down the line and off the foot of Gustin. Throw for Wheaton. Nice toss, trying to find Kopelman up top. Heads it, now brings it down with the chest. Right foot drop back to Tan on the far side. Now playing square across the field to Strom. Strom, left foot, cuts it back under her right, goes back far side, right side to Tan. Just shy midfield, sends across on the ground to Shannon, backtracking now towards the center stripe, and square to the left side of the circle. This is Strom with it on her left foot. Ball in the air, in towards the top of the box, over the defense, towards Kopelman, and just across the end line. Goal kick for Capital.
Yeah, that's what you're going to see the Thunder try to do. That's what Alma tried to do. They just didn't have the numbers to do it, is try to get lift balls over this back line. The Thunder have speed advantage against these Crusaders, so they're going to try to use that speed up front. They're going to send balls over the top of that back line into space because this back line is so well organized that you're not going to have room to slide things through on the ground.
Goal kick to the left side of the circle. Kishkunis into the attacking third, left foot, right foot, trying to set up a deep strike, and she does take one bouncing into the hands of Donnelly. It's good to see her getting going early, especially taking it kind of from the left center side back towards the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, and we talked last night a little bit that Kishkunis and Val Lilly early in the first half will switch sides to give you a little bit different look. They're going to try to figure out which side they're better off to attack from. and then they'll find a mismatch either with Lily or Kishkunis, and then they will stick with it. We saw it last night where Kishkunis swung over about 10 minutes in, and then will swing back to the near side once they kind of feel this defense out.
Here's Irwin, far side, going to take a throw. Tosses outside and towards the center stripe. Out of bounds, throw for Tan. We are 3 minutes into the first half. 0-0 is our score. Second round of the national tournament, Wheaton College and Capital University. Tossed in down the far side, trying to find Lily. They're not able to. And instead, this is going to be Shannon with the right foot. Drop back to the top of the circle. This is Karsten. Left side of the circle for Strom. Moving into space. With her orange cleats, playing it near side to Kishkunis. Turning down the near sideline. Now has it on her right foot, plays square across the field. This is going to find Karsten. She's open. Ball on the ground. Top of the box. Shannon laying it into the box, and this is going to be touched away by the defense. She was trying to find Siebold, making a run towards the post. Far side, this is Zimmer with it. Has it taken away from her. And dribbling it out of bounds is Tan. This will be a throw for the Crusaders.
Yeah, well, the real strength of this back line is going to come out of the cornerbacks, is that they mark extremely well when they're faced up with you, and that's the Thunder will try to get to the end line, but these are corners that aren't going to let you get there very easily.
Inside the box, Capital trying to work it outside. This is Irwin, and out of bounds, ricochet off of Lily. Goal kick again for Donnellan and the Crusaders. A team that did not opt for the mascot change, as the Thunder did several years ago.
Knew that'd become an underlying storyline, didn't you?
Well, so far it's one of the bigger ones of the game. We're 4 minutes in. Out of bounds, near side, attacking third of the field. This will be a throw for the Thunder. Top of the box extended. Kishkunis to take it. Tosses into Siebold. Brings it down with the thigh. Step over. Ball on the ground towards the top of the box. Stepping is Kopelman. Drops it back to Karsten. Has space wide and goes to the top of the box instead for Orweiler. And now she plays wide to Lily. In towards the end line. Tough touch for Lily on her first one there. Out of bounds. Goal kick for Donnellan.
Yeah, that's the kind of possession that the Thunder are going to need. They're going to need to remain patient against this back line for Capital. Capital gets back, like we mentioned, they're second in their back lines. Will move back, and they mark up well when that ball gets into the attacking third. So the Thunder are going to be able to need to stay patient and possess the ball around the top of the 18 to try to find those cracks in the defense.
Orweiler touches towards the top of the box. Siebold lays back off for Orweiler. Top corner of the box, near side. Left-footed strike, just high and wide by the CCIW Player of the Year 2011.
And those are the kind of shots that the Thunder buried last night. It's those shots from 15 to 18 with pace that they absolutely wore out the 90s against Penn State Behrend.
5:40 into the first half, 0-0 is our score. Hillary Ells for the Crusaders, leading goal scorer on the year. She's got 11 coming into the game. Wheaton going to be marking her up in the middle. Shannon steps to the ball, trying to win it from Ells, and this is going to be cleared out of bounds. Throwing for the Thunder. Kishkunis to take it. Goes down the line to Kopelman, lets it bounce once, brings it down with the chest. On her right foot, Kopelman turns back towards the line, leaves for Kishkunis. In towards the top corner of the box near side. Cleared away on the ground into Wheaton territory. Ahead towards Phillips. This is going to be out of bounds off of the Thunder. Throw for Capital. Back in Wheaton territory for the first time in a couple minutes. And does that wear on you when you're playing most of the game on your own half? I think most teams would say it does, but Capital proved to be fairly effective playing that way for most of last night.
Well, Capital, despite their defensive mindedness and their strategy, was able to actually possess a majority of that game last night, as it took them a while to find their sea legs, so to speak, making their first ever D3 national tournament appearance were the Scots, and they had a terrific season at 18-4-1, but it just seemed like they didn't quite know how to handle the stage, and those kind of nerves led to some bad touches and some poor possessions, and then those turnovers, and eventually led to the mistake that gave up the goal.
This is going to be Kishkunis on the near side, playing on the ground towards the middle of the field, ricocheted around a little bit, and now Kopelman comes away with it near side across the center stripe. Ahead to Siebold, and tough touch for Siebold, regains possession of the ball, cuts the ball back under her left foot, and goes right past Roy, in towards the end line, trying to play square across the box, touched out of bounds.
Nice step by McClellan.
Throw for the Thunder.
Like we said, the Thunder are going to have some speed advantages, so the Capital defense, their strength is going to be in support. And that's exactly what you saw out of Corey McClellan right there.
Coming up on 8 minutes into the first half, 0-0 is our score. Kopelman, right foot, top corner of the box, near side, ball in the air across the box. Chested by Lilly, in the box, Lilly. Left foot strike, blocked by the defense, and now cleared away. Stepping his tan. Right foot, played off of the Capital defense to Orweiler. Comes away with it and dribbles to space on the near side outside the attacking third. Plays the ball on the ground in towards Kishkunis. Rockets it back towards the center of the field. Kopelman has it, drops back to the center stripe. Strom, ball in the air, switching play to the far side. Offsides is called as Lilly was not ready for that switch.
Yeah, the Capital actually got a lot of practice against a player like Orweiler last night against Carly Reesing from Alma. She was a player who you see her all over the field. She's their leading scorer, their leading assister. So Reesing's the one who really initiated that offense, and they got a lot of practice, and they've seen a player like Orweiler very similar last night in Carly Reesing.
This is Fiorelli, top of the box. And touched off of Karsten's shot. Is going to be deflected, diving save by Graham.
Nice play.
As that was almost the 12th goal of the year for Hillary Els.
Nice play by Graham. Takes away the angle on the near side. Els got a great piece of that shot. Good pace on it. Had it slotted well. And a nice job then by the Thunder defense to converge on the ball and make sure that didn't lead to a corner kick.
That was going bottom left. Really surprising the amount of pace she was able to get on that without even really stepping into it. Just punched it bottom left. Still 0-0. Left foot Strom going to play high in the air towards the top of the box. Headed away by the Capital defense. Stepping is Orweiler. Controls with the right foot. Now loses it to Gustin. Gustin plays away with the right foot. Across midfield on the ground. Stepping is Strom. She has help behind her. And drops it back to Liebedor. Liebedor not able to play wide right because Capital attacker was cutting off that pass. And that's really what you want to do as Wheaton now moves it across the timeline to Orweiler. From the perspective of a forward, you need to cut off at least one pass if you're stepping to the ball. You can't just step right to the ball because you could leave two options open for the defender. If you take one of them away, it's going to be the best thing for your team. Seabolt plays across top of the box. This is Kopelman on her right foot. Kopelman trying to turn and face the goal. Trying to set up her right foot. Plays far side.
She waits on that ball, then that's going to come off the deflection of Seabolt, and that's going to be a goal for the Thunder.
Still 0-0. 11.5 minutes into the first half. Wheaton moving right to left on your radio dial. And again, you can watch this game live on WETN.org. Strom drop back to Kishkunis. Wheaton territory, right foot. She's going to play this one ahead.
Just a reminder, live stats also available at our athletics page, athletics.wheaton.edu. Our official statisticians for the night, Matt Finnelson and Evan Ron, will be bringing you all the correct statistics.
As they always do.
We expect nothing less.
This is going to be played back into Wheaton territory. Strom dropped back to Liebedor, now rocketed forward. Low drive is possessed by Gustin. Gustin plays out of bounds, far side, top of the defensive third, throw for the Thunder women. Tan to take it. Goes down the line. This is Lilly. Chests it down. Steps over and goes right past Hillary Els. Lilly moving up across midfield on the ground with the dribble. Now sends the ball ahead, trying to find Seabolt. Seabolt trying to turn on McClellan. Excellent defending by McClellan. And Seabolt's going to have to drop this back to Lilly. Lilly has it knocked away by McClellan towards the center of the field. And Shannon slots it near side, left side for Strom. Setting up her left foot. Could have a strike from distance, and she does. Puts this in on frame. And this is going to be just off frame, actually. Skirts on over the crossbar.
Definitely worried Donnellan for a while, though, as she was ready to go up and get the punch. Strong wind this evening, like we had last night, blowing out of the south to the north, so it's going to go straight across the pitch like it was last night. Very similar weather to what we saw last night. Temperature's probably about 10 degrees warmer, though.
Played away in the air on the goal kick. Wheaton wins it. Now ahead towards Orweiler. Orweiler May have gotten away with a handball there. Cuts back under her right foot. Has it touched away. And this is Fiorelli trying to play it away. Stuck by Kish Kunis and out of bounds. Throw for Fiorelli. Goes down the line, near side. Nice flick on header from Thompson. And then one by Strom in the backfield. Sending it into space is Phillips trying to find Fiorelli. And dropped back and played out of bounds by the Thunder.
And this is what you're hearing from the Capital coaches. You want to make those backs play with pressure coming on. You don't want to give them time to take away and possess and carry up into space, as we saw the Thunder backs join the attack a couple times last night, with Liebedor moving forward, setting up the first goal, Tan moving up, setting up the third goal. When those backs can possess and join the attack, that is when this Thunder offense is at its best. And Capital is going to be wise to continue to push players forward and occupy the backs.
Occupy the backs. Part of the recent movement that's going on here.
Yes, that is the latest. That is the latest thing to be occupied.
We are 13:30 into the first half. 0-0 is our score. Lilly moving in towards the top of the box, cleared away by the Capital defense. I believe that was Guston. Stepping is Seabolt trying to win it. Not able to. Nice clearance from Fiorelli towards midfield. Strom plays right back to Fiorelli. And she's going to give this to Shannon for the Thunder. Drop back bottom of the circle. This is Liebedor with all day. Sends in the air far side for Lilly. Brings it down, settles, and plays Karsten. Square across towards the near side, left side of the field. Strom with it. Up across with the dribble, across the center stripe. Left foot trying to slot towards Orweiler. It's going to go to Lilly instead. And Lilly loses possession, cleared away. Crusader ball at the foot of Fiorelli. Played ahead towards midfield. Karsten going to send it right back in towards the top of the box. Big left foot, and headed away nicely by McClellan. Stepping for the follow-up is Roy, and she's going to send this off the head of Tan, and Liebedor will just put this one out of bounds far side. Throw top of the defensive third for the Crusaders. And they're going to throw it in off the foot of Zimmer. Throw for the Thunder now. 15 minutes into the first half, 0-0 is our score. Tossed in, this is Thompson with it, going to lose it to Kopelman, slotting it across the field. This is Orweiler. Orweiler cutting back off her left foot, sets up her right, deep strike just over the bar. And that's going to shake the frame a little bit on the rebound back off the top of the net.
Yeah, so for the Thunder, settling for those shots that they had last night, and while they're able to put those shots from that far out on a windy night like tonight, you're going to have a tough job keeping those on frame. They're going to be better to try to possess further in. You can have those 18-yard, 25-yard strikes. They're going to give those to you all night. But the thing is to keep possession, stay patient against this defense, and try to get something a little bit closer, try to work the defense. What they did so well last night was they swung play. They went side to side and moved the defense out of position. That's the way you've got to beat a well-organized defense like Capital, is you've got to swing side to side, get players out of position, and that's how you attack.
Here's Strom, left foot, ball in the air into the box. Seabolt going to touch it to Lilly, left-footed strike is going to go over the crossbar and land on top of the net. Goal kick again for Donnellan. Wheaton's getting good pressure. Not sure if they've put one on frame yet. Stepping is Strom from the back, trying to win the goal kick, not able to. And this is going to be out of bounds, near side. Throw for the Thunder. Strom comes over to take it.
One of the biggest differences you're going to see tonight for these Capital forwards as opposed to last night against Alma is the backs for Thunder push up hard on those loose balls, whereas the backs from Alma were willing to sit back, let you possess, and come at them with those balls that are kind of loose and you're not sure, those 50-50 loose balls. The Thunder backs will push up hard through your back, try to possess, and then move something back the other way. Their goal is to possess in the attacking half as long as they can, not just let you possess because it's easier defensively.
Throw in towards the end line for Kish Kunis, trying to keep it inbounds, not able to. This is going to be Geiger with it, playing it away on the ground. Ahead to Fiorelli now towards the middle of the field. Karsten has it. Plays across towards the far side. Tan stepping into the attack. Just shy of the top of the attacking third, plays towards the top of the box. Past Kopelman. This will run all the way to the left side of the box and cleared out of bounds. Throw for Wheaton halfway up the box. Kish Kunis to take it. 27:40 left here in the first half. 0-0. Tossed into Shannon. She has help behind and will lay it back to Strom. Now the Capital D steps. Strom Back in on the ground to Shannon. Looking towards the middle of the field. She's got 2 defenders stepping. Plays Karsten, 1 defender on her back, 1 in front of her. Plays back near side for Strom. Great patience by the Thunder. Strom, ball on her left foot. Has 1 defender stepping. Now has 2 defenders stepping. Strom avoids.
But Donelon, as we see tonight, on the ball from the word go. Her first touches have been very confident in the back. You worry about a keeper sometimes, especially young keepers like we have tonight. Donelon, the sophomore, Graham's a freshman. They got to get those first touches to kind of settle the nerves. They don't want that first touch to lead to a goal.
Strom has help behind her. She'll play right foot forward instead to Orweiler. Nice touch to the outside to Lily, and she's in to the attacking third, into the end line. Lily right foot across the end line, trying to cross the ball towards the center. Goal kick once again for Donelon, and this may be her most frequented area besides between the pipes of the night.
Yeah, that's something we saw last night with Penn State Barron. Shelby Lloyd had a lot of goal kicks to take.
Goal kick to the head of Kopelman. Right foot. Top of the attacking third goes far side Lily. Turns with it towards the far sideline. Stepping is Irwin, and Lily plays back square to Shannon. Shannon in towards the top of the box, trying to beat Els. Back outside Lily, ball on the ground across the box and touched away by the defense. Good foot. Stepping is Karsten, trying to win it again for the Thunder, not able to. It's going to be a throw for Wheaton in the attacking third near side. Kishkunis tosses towards the end line. Seabolt with it. Seabolt with a defender on her back, trying to turn on her, not able to, and out of bounds. Throw for the Thunder. Seabolt to take it. She's got Kishkunis towards the side of the box, going to go over her towards Kopelman. Kopelman keeps possession for the Thunder, back to Seabolt, ball in the air across the box, down on the head of Lily, and up high, down into the gloves of Maggie Donelon. Quick throw out to the far side, and Capital tries to play the counter game here. This is Zimmer with it, playing forward to the foot of Tan. Thank you very much, and she'll play far side on the ground to Lily. Dribbles up across midfield, back into Crusader territory. Lily, touched too far out in front. She's going to lose this one to Irwin. Drops it back and now played forward towards the center. And this is Shannon with it. With space and time is Strom stepping into the attack from the left side. Strom, 1 defender, steps now. Goes to Kishkunis. Right foot. Kish towards the top of the box, headed away. And Karsten trying to put it right back in towards the top of the box, and does. Now played away with the right foot by the defense. Stepping is Strom. And she's going to lose this one. Nice counter opportunity here for Capital. Stepping is Phillips. Playing to space, trying to find Zimmer. Top of the attacking third of the field, far side, Zimmer towing the line. Tan steps and pokes away. And outplayed out of bounds by Capital. Throw for the Thunder.
You're going to see Capital try to implore something. The Thunder also do. You're going to see Fiorelli switch sides with Hillary Els. Try to find a mismatch on one side. You're definitely seeing on that last counter opportunity, that's a quick rollout to the outside off of the catch by Donelon. They could have sprung on Alma last night, but the speed of the Thunder allowing those midfielders and those backs to get back in a hurry, and they were defensively ready by the time that ball got to midfield.
Tossed in to Fiorelli. To Els. She's going to be dispossessed and now cleared away by Karsten over the head of Seabolt almost. And now Capital trying to possess in the middle of the field. This is Gustin, plays far side. For Irwin, stepping up on the center stripe. Right foot sends it forward into the attacking third and towards the end line. And Tan's going to let this one ride all the way across. Goal kick for Kelsey Graham. You can tell, though, that this Capital team making it tough for the Thunder to really get any good opportunities, and actually putting a bit of decent pressure on Wheaton, just in the way that we talked about how their defense moves together. Really, that's great if your D moves together, but if your mids don't move with them, and if your forwards aren't in the right spots, then it doesn't even matter. But really, all 10 field players moving as a collective unit.
Yeah, and that's the strength of Capital, is they're going to defend in numbers. They're going to make it hard for you to get any odd rushes or anything like that.
Here's Kish Kunis into the attacking third, near side, trying to go past one defender and does. Has it on a right foot, shot towards the far post and into the hands of Maggie Donnellan.
Great strike by Kish Kunis. She sends it to the far post. Donnellan ready for it, though, sure-handed. Those can be ones that if you don't catch it cleanly, the Thunder have 3 or 4 rushing on in support at the back post, that they're going to be able to finish that with a garbage goal.
Played towards the far side, stepping is Fiorelli. Not able to get there, and she's going to leave it for Irwin. Irwin sends forward and knocked out of bounds by Tan. Throw for Fiorelli. And she's going to leave this for Irwin again. Irwin, nice toss down the line. Nice flick-on header from Phillips. And touched out of bounds by Libidor, as she is knocked over by Phillips. And that will negate the ball going out of bounds. Free kick for the Thunder. Defensive third, halfway up the box. Looks like Tan will step over to take the free kick. And now the official saying it is a throw. So just making a note to the attacking player, just to be careful. Tossed in and now knocked out of bounds by Fiorelli. Throw for the Thunder. Lilly takes it towards Kopelman. Settles, trying to turn back on it. And loses possession for a moment. Out of bounds, throw for the Thunder. Moving upfield along that far sideline.
21 minutes left here from Joe Bean Stadium. Scoreless game, second round action between the Thunder of Wheaton College and the Crusaders of Capital University. The Crusaders come in with a record of 13-7-2, and via an automatic qualifier from the Ohio Athletic Conference, and you're going to see a foul called against Erin Strom as she goes down. Capital defeated Alma College out of the MIA 1-0 last night. The Thunder defeated the Penn State Barron Lions out of the Allegheny Mountain Collegiate Conference 5-0 last night. That's how both these teams advanced to the second round.
Phillips to take it. 1 in the wall, and that's Kish Kunis. 5 in the box for Capital. Phillips plays it in the air towards the keeper, and Graham going to tip this towards the end line, cleared off the end line.
And that's a team save as Kopelman came through. Corner kick.
This is a corner. Unbelievable.
What a great job.
Clearance.
I think it was Kopelman, got a left foot, was sitting on the back post. What a job.
This is, I mean, Graham did the right thing in coming up for it, but I think got and just turned around a little bit in the air, couldn't bring the ball down, and Kopelman with a goal-saving clearance off the goal line, avoiding the posts and clearing it out of bounds. And that's proof that, you know, the ball probably was likely not across the end line. Corner kick into the hands of Graham.
What a play by Graham.
And she comes down with it through a myriad of purple and white jerseys.
What a play by the freshman keeper, Kelsey Graham.
And there's your argument. You can definitely argue that ball crossed the end line, but it would make it extremely difficult for Kopelman.
You cannot get an angle clear out.
To clear the ball out for a corner if the ball was already across the end line. That's the argument that the sideline official
and the argument that they're saying is that it was over the head of the keeper, Graham. Well, Graham came running off her line in order to get fingertips to it, and then Kopelman, who was sitting with help with Esther Tan at the back post, was right there to clear it away. So she filled it behind Graham when Graham came running forward, and then Graham makes a very aggressive, but it's the right move there to take it off the head of everyone in front of her on that corner kick.
Capital moving forward in attacking mode, taken away by Kish Kunis. Right foot played ahead to the Capital defense. And going to lose possession for the Thunder for a moment. Now Kish Kunis has it again for Wheaton up across the center stripe. Finds Shannon. Switching play towards the far side. Hits Karsten. Top right of the circle. Karsten left foot plays to Lilly, far sideline. Top of the attacking third. Lilly right foot, drop back to Karsten. She's got space towards the middle of the field, plays Shannon. Turning with it to Strom. Strom, deep, left foot, played in towards the box. Header over Kopelman and headed away by the Capital defense. Stepping is Karsten, high towards Siebold at the penalty area, and this is going to be headed away once again by Capital. Top corner of the box, far side. Fiorelli trying to run onto it, so is Lilly. And Fiorelli going to knock it out of bounds, throw for the Thunder, top of the attacking third, far side. 17:55 left here in the first half, 0-0. Lilly takes a throw quickly to Shannon and taken away by Delaney Thompson. towards the far side. This is knocked back across the center stripe and across the sideline. Throw for Esther Tan. Quick throw again, goes in towards Shannon. Space towards the middle of the field. And she's going to dribble forward instead, past Thompson. Shannon now crosses towards the top of the box. Orweiler, here's your playmaker on the left foot. Orweiler trying to get some space. Moving in towards the end line. Orweiler back across the box. And this is going to be touched away and then batted around in the box. Coming down on the foot of Lily. Drop back to Karsten, and now all the way back to Strom. Deep strike is going to be well wide right. Goal kick for Donnellan.
Yeah, you see the speed of Jamie Orweiler is going to be the biggest asset for the Thunder in the attack. If they can get her the ball at the top of the 18, as she just showed, she's got the speed that she can work around the best defenders that Capital has. Geiger and Roy are their best two markers, and Geiger squared her up, and Orweiler went right around her.
You can tell Orweiler's playing with high intensity, going up over to win a header there in the middle of the field. Now near side, this is going to be Kishkunis with it. Defender in front of her, stepping towards the middle of the field. Kishkunis dancing. Now plays Shannon. Shannon with space towards the far side. Wheaton moving the ball nice and patiently. Karsten into the attacking third. Right foot coming up near the top of the box. Ball on the ground to the top of the box to Orweiler. Back to Karsten. Now square to Shannon. Shannon. Left foot strike wide right. Goal kick once again for Donnellan, and a sub here for the Thunder.
Sarah Gadara going to check in for the Thunder. She will replace Kopelman, and that time you really saw the Thunder do a great job. They swing it side to side, the ball's moving, the offense is moving, but you also see the purple shirts of Capital, lines of movement. They slide together, they mark together, they're there in support. It's great offense and it's great defense right there for both squads.
Goal kick to midfield. Nice flick on header from Els, and she goes down. It's, I believe, she got bumped in the air by Lily, who was behind her possibly.
Yeah, these are two teams that get physical after 50-50 balls. They both try to get airborne to win them, and we saw it last night with quite a few collisions between Alma and Capital in that second first-round game. That when those balls goes up, there's going to be a lot of contact, and it's a matter of how close the officials are going to call it will dictate the aggressiveness on those 50-50 balls.
Nice free kick. Is going to run all the way to the corner flag and out just before it. Throw in for the Thunder. 15 minutes left here in the first half. Tan takes it in towards Shannon. Header won by Thompson, and now out of bounds off of Capital. Shannon to take it in towards Kopelman. Has space towards the middle of the field, trying to turn middle of the field, and now plays middle of the field. This is Orweiler. Will she keep it going to the near side? And she does. Trying to find Kishkunis. Traps it with the outside of the right foot into the attacking third on the near side. Drops it back out the attacking third to Strom. Strom trying to play it back to Kishkunis, not able to, and it's going to be taken away and knocked away by by Zimmer, who switched sides to the near side. Stepping up, Tan, winning possession for the Thunder. Pressure in front of her, and she'll drop back to Liebedor. Liebedor on her right foot, looking upfield. Plays across midfield. This is Orweiler with it. Trap and touch to the far side, attacking third. Out of bounds, throw for Irwin and the Crusaders. Sub here for Capital.
Yeah, this will be Holly Phillips checking into the game. Phillips saw extended minutes last night. She's going to push up out of the middle. Actually, she will replace not Els, but Fiorelli. So it will be Phillips to take the far line spot for the Capital Crusaders. 13:45 remaining here in the first half of a scoreless game. Second round action at Joe Bean Stadium in Wheaton, Illinois. No, Rusty Lindsay alongside Noah Helm as that throw went out of bounds, and that'll be a Thunder throw-in.
They'll take that as that's top of the attacking third. They're going to back her up a little bit, saying it came in and then went out. Gadara with it. Top of the box extended far side. On her left foot. Dropped back to Lily. Lily plays negative. Trying to find Carson. This is going to be poked away instead by Capital and Kelly Gustin. Played left side of the circle. Strom with it for the Thunder. Moving forward into Capital territory. Cuts it back to her right foot. Plays square across the field to Karsten. Nice step by Els. And dispossessing Karsten. Upfield now into Wheaton territory, all the way back to Liebedor. Liebedor plays square to Tan. Far side, Tan plays across midfield on the ground, finds Gadara, nice trap, and now square top of the circle. This is going to be to Shannon. Shannon swings it to Karsten and near side all the way to Strom. Strom has had space all night, and she carries into the top of the attacking third. Ball on the ground, in towards the box, and stepping is Orweiler, plays it off the post, back towards the defense, and played away.
Orweiler had the entire goal open. She was coming over on the deflection. A beautifully played ball by Aaron Strom. She cuts off. Donnellan gets there first, plays it to the near side, and the post shuts it down.
Wheaton still attacking. Here's Strom. One defender stepping hard. That's Phillips, and she's going to knock it out of bounds.
And Jennifer Lee and Annie Hamilton will check into the game for the Thunder.
Lee going to check in for Strom. And Hamilton not checking in yet. Lily ran all the way over to check out, and now she's going to have to sprint all the way back to the far side as Wheaton puts it into play. Dropped back toward Lee. Not ready for it. Touched out of bounds by Capital. Throw for Lee. And Phillips didn't like that call. Now Hamilton will check in for Lily.
Hamilton played about 60 minutes last night. Very effective up the sideline. And she will take Lily's spot on the far side.
Throw's going to go all the way in towards the end line. Keeping it in and winning a corner is Gadara, and they're going to say that it didn't go off the Capital defense.
Seabolt played that off the foot of the back, and the official didn't see the deflection. Now checking in is going to be Alexa Basanik, as both teams try to get some subs in, get some players a few extra minutes before halftime.
Basanik looking to play towards the middle of the field. Goal kick off the head of Kish Kunis and out of bounds. Throw for Capital. Zimmer to take it. Tosses in to Thompson. Stepping is, I believe that's Seabolt trying to win it. Not able to. Played towards the top of Wheaton's box. Ball in the air. Tan can't win the ball. And now it's played into Wheaton's box. Graham off her line and collects just before Phillips.
Yeah, good talk by Graham. We talked about it last night, the ability of young keepers to need to vocalize coming off the line so that they don't get caught in miscommunication situations like that. And Graham does a nice job. Calls early, calls often, and calls loud enough that Liebedor hears her and then just shields the attacker from the ball, allowing Graham an easy pickup.
Coming up on 10 minutes left here in the first half, 0-0 is our score. It took Wheaton a while to get going yesterday. Didn't score till the 37th or 38th minute, I believe.
Got opportunities here.
Here's Karsten moving into the attacking third. Ball on her right foot and slots it right to the defense. Capital, thank you very much. And Karsten wins it back. This is Orweiler with it, moving in towards the top of the box, going through two defenders on the ground. Orweiler, left-footed strike, rolls into the outstretched arms of Maggie Donnellan.
Orweiler's the one that the Thunder need to get more involved with the offense. You're seeing her ability just to run right around defenders, and she's been the one that's been able to create space and create opportunities that they need to find her at about the top of the attacking third and let her create and then react accordingly.
Far side, Tan with it. Up on the ground to Gadara. Right foot, Gadara. One defender in front of her. One to her left and plays left foot, splitting the two upfield. Nice step, though, from the defense. Winning it back for Capital, now to the foot of Els. Els trying to battle with Shannon. Els goes down, no call. Left side, sending Orweiler in towards the box was Karsten. Orweiler, left foot, cuts back to her right foot in the box, dodging three defenders in the box. Orweiler dribbles back outside the box and drops it for Karsten.
Instead, she drops back to Karsten, who gets a pretty good strike, just a little too high.
Great strike. Rising the whole way. 8:40 left here in the first half. 0-0 is our score. Goal kick off the head of Els. Follow-up header by Els. Nice stuff in the air by the midfielder. All the way back now to Kish Kunis, and she'll switch it all the way back far side for Tan. Els again with 10 goals on the year coming into tonight's game. Both sides fighting to stay alive here in the second round of NCAAs. Lee with it. Right foot plays towards midfield, just shy midfield. This is Kish Kunis. Stepping is Zimmer. Kish Kunis plays forward trying to find Gadara, who's back on Geiger. Geiger shielding, and Seabolt going to let this run out of bounds. Throw in for Capital.
And it will be Jamie Miser checking in now for the Crusaders with 7:45 remaining in the first half. Neither team with a goal. Both teams have had chances. Kopelman had a goal line save for the Thunder that would have put Capital up, and then the Post had a goal save for the Crusaders about 5 minutes ago that would have put the Thunder ahead 1-0.
And this is going to be a free kick here. Handball called on Kishkunis, I believe. Center official and the Capital bench having some friendly talk. You know, both have got to be intense throughout the whole game, but it's nice to see both of them be courteous there to one another. As you know, coaches want the calls to be called, and the referees want to be able to call them. Throw in for the Thunder on the near side. This is going to be taken by Lee. Coming up on the end of the first half, under 7 minutes remaining. Kishkunis, big right foot forward towards the top of the box. Keeper off her line and going to beat Gadara to it. Donnellan punts away into Wheaton territory. Nice kick. This is going to bounce past the foot of Schaefer, who just checked in, all the way back to Liebedor. Right foot volleys it back across into Capital territory. Gadara, flick on header, is going to roll back towards the top of the Capital box. And this is going to be played away.
That mistake's going to buy the Thunder a throw in deep, and they're all attacking third. And with 6:20 left, this is prime time to sneak in a dagger right before halftime and take some momentum to the locker room.
Tossed in halfway up the box and dropped back to Karsten. Left foot plays into the box, headed away. Nice presence in the air by Roy. Drop back to Karsten. Deep, left foot, sends the ball in. One hopping into the hands of Donnellan.
Donnellan's been confident all night coming off that line. Nice play by Shannon, carrying a lot of space to come get that one.
Cuts off the throw. Shannon possessing for the Thunder, moving past a couple defenders and wins a free kick.
Great
She
spot.
just got tripped up trying to dribble through a couple.
Terrific offensive spot for the Thunder, about 25 yards out, near side of the box. I would expect Caitlin Kishkunis to do some work with this one.
This is one where Kishkunis can put this on frame or right on the far post.
They're going to send.
Wouldn't be surprised if you saw a fast ball in on the ground too as well, but she has to play it in the air towards the far post. Header! Back of the net!
Gadara.
Thank you very much, Sarah Gadara.
What a beautiful release by Sarah Gadara. They run a pick off the top. They've got Kishkunis delivers the ball, and right as she does, Anna Siebold breaks to the inside, and Gadara does an overlapping run around her, essentially a pick play like you're used to seeing in basketball, and Gadara releases unmarked, and she's right on the spot, and Kishkunis could not have played a better ball there. A gorgeous goal off the head of Sarah Gadara.
1-0 Wheaton in front. 5:20 left here in the first half. Here's Karsten back to Orweiler, and Kishkunis picks up her 10th assist of the year.
Gadara's 10th goal of the season, and Kishkunis her 10th assist.
Far side, this is Tan up across midfield. And knocked back from Hamilton. All the way back to Liebedor, and she plays square to Lee. We talked about it before the game, but a one-goal lead.
Not enough.
Not enough. Lee plays forward. This is going to be intercepted by Holly Phillips. Ahead now. Sent by Bozanic to the Wheaton defense, played away by Liebedor. Trying to find Shannon, and does. Slots it up across midfield on the ground, just past Hamilton and out of bounds.
That was Ann Turner on the far sideline. Turner checked in at the goal break. Relieving Hamilton, yes.
Here's Karsten up across midfield.
Relieving Kishkunis to then move Hamilton to the near sideline.
The Wheaton goal by number 20, Sarah Gadara.
Pete Felsky, ever the NL manager over here. Played back outside the attacking third to Karsten. 4 minutes left here in the first half. Across to Shannon, and she's going to lose it. 2-on-4, and Shannon wins it right back for the Thunder. Plays it ahead, and now it's Crusader possession. And they're going to send it all the way back to Lee. A little impatient there. And Wheaton will possess. Far side. This is Tan with it. Plays to Turner on the line. One defender on her back, and we'll drop it all the way back to the center back position. Liebedor plays near side to the left back, Jennifer Lee. 3:30 left here in the first half. 1-0 Wheaton on a great header from Sarah Gadara. Put it bottom right. Here's Orweiler halfway up the box near side. Right foot, left foot, stepping towards the end line. Ball's going to be out of bounds for a corner. Off of Miser.
You're seeing Jamie Orweiler able to do really whatever she wants out of those corners. It's impressive footwork by Orweiler. It's impressive patience as she doesn't try to force anything. And now she's going to call for that short corner. Now, this is something that Capital struggled with, trying to put a short corner together out of this corner. They couldn't get the timing down. Now, this is something the Thunder have done all year, though. And it'll be Seabolt and Orweiler. It's also hard to defend if you haven't seen it before. There's the short corner.
Played in to Orweiler, dropped all the way back to Lee. Left foot played in towards the box and into the hands of Donnelly. 2:45 and counting. 1-0 Wheaton remains in front. Nice punt. Header by Lee goes towards midfield, trying to find Turner. And Turner will drop it back to Lee, far side. Shy of midfield. Ball on the ground. Played ahead. And now far side, this is Turner with it. Drop back, Tan. Settles with the right foot. Looks to play in towards the middle and does. Nice strike, but that's going to be to the arms of Donnellan once again as she is quickly off her line. Nice low punt this time from Donnellan. Skips once and now headed back towards the center stripe. Trying to possess is Gooston. Moving over towards the far side. Gooston plays up past Shannon and going down on the far side. I believe that was a Capital attacker. No call, and this is midfield. Karsten going to play this ricochet off to Shannon, right side of the circle. Shannon has space towards the near side and turned right back into pressure. It does not work out for her. And now played back, Capital defense possessing. Played away towards the near side. Lee back on it. On the left foot, played ahead in the air to Orweiler. Nice flick on header. Trying to find Seabolt, and does. Seabolt going to have a tough touch. Out of bounds, deep throw for Capital. 1:20 left here in the first half. Wheaton in front, 1-0.
And in the quadrant below, the Thunder is the one playing out at Wartburg. UW Whitewater has tied the score at 1 in the final 12 minutes of play. So that's a game between the Wartburg Knights, who the Thunder defeated earlier this year out in Waverly, Iowa, and University of Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks. And at this point, it looks like that one might go to overtime.
Sends towards the near side, and Orweiler volleys a shot, hits the side netting. Wrong half of it, though. Out of bounds goal kick, 50 seconds and counting left here in the first half.
Nice ball from Karsten. Puts that one on the money, and Orweiler knows enough. Just take a rip with the right foot volley.
Goal kick taken. Down off the head of Shannon. Ahead towards Gadara. Gadara has it poked away from her. And Capital comes away with it. Sending it towards the middle of the field. Here's Gooston. Right foot trying to send Hillary Jones up top. And this is going to skirt out of bounds. Throw for the Thunder. 20 ticks and counting. Lee looking to move the ball upfield. 15 seconds left. Finds Hamilton. Hamilton has space middle of the field and will drop it all the way back to the center back. Liebedor with it, and she'll play far side as Wheaton watches the last several lights on the scoreboard before the zero show. And they do score at halftime, 1-0. Wheaton in front on the 10th goal of the year from Sarah Gadara, 10th assist of the year from Caitlin Kish-Kunis here in the second round of NCAAs.
I will tell you that it's a very
left to right on your radio dial as we get this second set of 45 minutes underway. Touch to Orweiler. Again, you can watch this game live on WETN.org. And live stats on athletics.wheaton.edu as we move up along the near side for the Thunder. And ball's going to stay in bounds. Kopelman keeping it in play, now touched away. For top corner of the box. Strike by Shannon's going to go up high over the crossbar. Goal kick for Donnelly.
And Donnelly picking up where she left off in the first half, having to go retrieve that ball quite often and send away.
Played away in the air, stepping and winning in the air is Seabolt. Drop back near side to Tan. Tan plays square to Karsten, turning with the left foot. Now right foot plays Strom. Strom, big left foot, sends it in towards the far post, overshoots everybody out of bounds. Goal kick once again for Donnelly.
And the goal kicks aren't necessarily a good thing for, I mean, they're good for Capital in the sense that they're not going in the goal, they're not leading to corner kicks, but it does lead to the point that the Thunder are putting a lot of opportunities moving.
This is WETN, your home for Wheaton Thunder sports. We're having technical difficulties right now, and we'll have the game on for you as soon as possible. If you are listening for Wheaton Thunder sports action, you're at the right place. Unfortunately, we're experiencing some technical difficulties right now, but we're working on getting the game to you soon here on Wheaton College Radio. This is Wheaton College Radio. Thanks for waiting as we try to fix our technical difficulties. More Wheaton Thunder sports action will come your way shortly here on WETN. Stay tuned for Wheaton Thunder Sports as we work on fixing our technical difficulties. This is Wheaton College Radio.
Second half, 1-0, Wheaton in front on that first half goal from Sarah Gadara. Stepping into space is Hillary Els towards the top of the box. And Liebedor going to play this one away towards the student section out of bounds.
Yeah, important step by Liebedor. There you see the work of Hillary Els. When you give her space, she will make something happen. And that time, if Liebedor doesn't step forward, that's going to be a big opportunity for Hillary Els.
And Carson just gets a foot on it, keeping it away from Thompson near the top of the box. Here's Kopelman turning and now dropping back to Tan. Pressure from her left side, plays near side to Lilly, and now ahead to Kopelman. Kopelman plays to the sideline for Orweiler, two-defender step, back to Kopelman, up across midfield with the dribble, and she's got Orweiler on the near side if she wants her, and does play her. Orweiler in towards the end line. Orweiler is taking it towards the near post, plays across on the ground of the box, and this is Kopelman just missing wide right, point blank, the senior and the keeper. 5 minutes into the second half, Wheaton in front 1-0 on that first half goal.
Got a final in one of the other games out of the Thunder bracket. The Bears out of WashU advance over Thomas More with a 2-0 final. Wartburg and Wisconsin Whitewater have gone into overtime.
Top corner of the box, near side. Played away now off the head of Lilly. Crusaders playing it away, trying to get it towards Thunder territory. And now in towards Phillips. Kaylee Phillips battling with 10 and now gets past her. And now we'll lose it to Liebedor. Foul called on Phillips, and this must have been a bit earlier as she pulled the swim move on Tan, and a lot of times that arm coming over the top will draw the whistle. Played ahead for the Thunder. To midfield, Orweiler with it, center of the pitch. Drop back to Karsten. Into the circle. Karsten with the right foot, outside of the right foot, ahead to Orweiler, and she'll slow it down. Left side of the circle. Past Shannon, all the way to Strom. Has options down the line. Goes ahead to Kopelman. Dropped line for Kish Kunis. And dropped back for Strom. Playing top of the circle for Karsten. Plays square across the field to Tan. Moving towards the near side. Plays near sideline for Lilly. Lilly rolls the ball over the top of her foot. Now ball on the ground into the box. Touched away, headed back by Lilly. Stepping is Roy. Loses to Kopelman. Played out towards the near side for Orweiler. Orweiler going to knock this off the defense and cleared away by Roy. Down the near side. This is going to be out of bounds off of Capital. Throw in for Orweiler. Goes into Lilly. Rolls on the right foot. Now back to Orweiler. Just outside the top of the attacking third, and she'll drop it back across midfield on the ground to the far side for Strom. Moving in back across midfield into Crusader territory, plays square to Karsten. And out top of the attacking third, middle of the field for Kopelman. Plays wide, near side. This is Lily with it. Ball on her right foot, moving in towards the end line. One defender in front of her. Cuts back to her left foot. Plays on the ground into the box and missed clearance. Followed up by a successful clearance. And Tan going to put this one right back into the box. Off her line is Donnell in, and she will collect with the gloves.
Don't see Lauren Roy misplay very many balls like that. Almost led to a goal as the Thunder had some help on the backside. Fortunately, the step was there for Capital.
Karsten going to have this one go off her foot back to Tan and played away into Capital territory. And Orweiler going to play a ball in, bouncing in towards the box. Seabolt running onto it, goes down, not able to stay on her feet, and now going to lose this ball. But it will be a Wheaton throw, 3/4 of the way up the box on the near side, and Kopelman wants it.
Seeing much more confident possession out of the Thunder here in the first half.
Kopelman trying to go in towards Orweiler, and Orweiler goes down, as does, we're trying to see who that is, if it's Gustin or...
It will stop the clock. It's not Gustin.
Both of them went down.
I think it might be Els. It is
Els, and both of them competing for that ball, and that's tough to see a foul call there, as both of them are really just going at the ball, but Wheaton's going to have a free kick out of it.
Well, the problem with that play was she linked arms with Jamie Orweiler, so when Orweiler gets pulled down there, her arm gets pulled backwards, and when they fall, it's kind of an uncomfortable arm lock, and I think that's what you're seeing out of Els, is she's really holding that elbow. Kishkunis
to take the free kick. Three-man wall across the box. Orweiler, nice
what a
save by Donelin.
And that's what she did, and just a tremendous save, or this game was headed for 2-0.
1-0 instead, as we are coming up on 10 minutes into the, 9 minutes into the second half. Here's Shannon, plays ahead towards the top of the box. Orweiler, flick on to Seabolt, in towards the penalty area. Seabolt trying to win it for the Thunder. Right foot, cuts back to her left, dropped back. Kishkunis, deep strike, and that's going to roll into the hands of Donnelly.
Starting to see the Thunder put those attacks together. They're finally stringing those passes, trying to thread through the back line. And we talked in the pregame, how many waves can this Capital defense sustain? And now the Thunder are starting to pile them up a little bit. When they get a clearance, the Thunder put the possession together. They're coming right back at them. How many waves can they take before the wall comes down?
But this is what Capital's strategy. They take those waves and then they counter, and they win a corner here, taking it all the way into Wheaton territory. They will bend and not break a great majority of the time, this Capital defense.
Jamie Miser checks in, and they do something a little bit different that you're not going to see now, but Lauren Roy, their stopper, will come all the way up to the top, and she will shield the keeper. And that's what we saw in the first time, but now they have taken her out, replaced by Miser, so they don't have a shield on the keeper this time.
Deep kick to be taken by Tara Zimmerman. Far side corner.
And Seabolt's got blood on her knee, so she will need that either cleaned up or checked out.
And she will step off, and Wheaton will play one down.
That's a dangerous spot, but as a result, they're going to check everybody back in defense.
Goal kick taken all the way across the line and headed away by somebody of the Thunder defense. There were about three there. The benefits of bringing your forward all the way back. Grant off her line, misses the ball, and the Thunder are going to be able to keep this running across the end line and away from the goal. Esther Tan plays away. Second time the D has come up huge in saving a goal.
And as confidently as we've seen Graham play tonight, those balls with those hops are kind of her downfall. She didn't read that very well. That ball takes a high bounce, gets over her head, and fortunately the ball was pushed at least a little bit to the far post where it was a tough angle to just get in. Esther Tan along with Caitlin Liebador waiting on the line, and Tan makes a great play to play away. That's one, though, where you've just got to kick it out of bounds. You don't try to possess 2 yards from your own end line. You kick it to the side as the wind really picking up now, blowing out of the southwest.
Yeah, we're seeing the last few leaves from the trees shielding the press box from the train tracks, come off and onto the field.
I like what you hear out of the assistant coach Cesar for the Thunder. Move on, he yells to his freshman keeper. Next play.
Here's Karsten, halfway up the box, far side, trying to set up an opportunity for the Thunder. Plays into Kishkunis. Kishkunis, nice deke in the box. Kishkunis across the box into the hands of Donelon, and she has been there all night and continues to be.
And whereas last night the Thunder couldn't necessarily get to the end line and didn't need to, Capital is kind of letting them get to the end line a lot more here in the second half, which is letting them play those balls across the mouth of goal and could eventually lead to the second one for the Thunder.
Played all the way to the Thunderbacks. This is Liebedor with it. 34 minutes left here in regulation. Wheaton in front 1-0. Handball called just across midfield, far side. Free kick for the Thunder. Kishkunis or Strom will take it. And the senior leaves it for Strom. Left foot in the air towards the top of the box. Flick on header attempted by Siebel, goes far side towards Kishkunis. Fiorelli and Kishkunis battling. Fiorelli comes away with the ball and plays away with the right foot out of bounds into her away stands. Throw in for the Thunder. Taken quickly by Strom into Karsten. She'll keep it moving in towards the near side. Tan with it, turns with it, has space, has Kopelman in front of her, plays on the ground instead to Orweiler. Back to Tan. Tan back to Orweiler, near side, two defenders stepping. Orweiler goes right past both of them. Top corner of the box, near side Orweiler. Ball on her right foot, moving in towards the end line. Orweiler still with it. Two defenders step, avoids both of them. Left foot,
goal.
Back of the net. Jamie Orweiler off the ricochet and off the deke of three defenders.
Wow. Orweiler with some tremendous, and actually Donelon's a little shaken up, favoring the left knee for the Crusaders. But what individual play by Jamie Orweiler. Keeps the ball alive, continues to move forward, breaks through defenders. And we talked at the half, the Thunder need to include Orweiler more, get her some creativity space. That's exactly what they do. And the keeper anticipated far post, and she went left foot right at the middle of the goal, and it was behind the keeper. And that's the breathing room we talked about at the top of the broadcast. 2-0, much, much safer than 1-0.
Believe that went off the back of Geiger. Orweiler still credited with the goal as that was going on frame. That's so hard as a keeper to change directions when you're already leaning one way given the initial direction of the shot. Here's Siebel and has the ball knocked out of bounds. This will be a corner kick across the Capital end line. Kishkunis jogs over from the far side, and Wheaton will place, it looks like, at least 6 in the box. Strom fills space, leaving her all the way back at the center stripe. And Tan filling space on the near side. Kishkunis.
The Wheaton goal by Jamie Orweiler.
Takes the corner. Down the line and punched away by the keeper, Maggie Donelon. Far side, this is Fiorelli. Touching ahead to Thompson. And out of bounds across the far sideline. Throw for the Thunder just outside the attacking third. Strom takes it in to, I believe this is Lily, as she and Kishkunis have changed sides. Back to Siebel, drop back to Kishkunis, thought about the long strike, now goes past one defender, past two defenders, Kishkunis into the box, strike, wide right. Goal kick. Thunder definitely beginning to create off the dribble, and they've been so methodical for a good portion of the evening, moving the ball on the ground to space to the open player. And you see Orweiler and that time Kishkunis being able to take defenders off the dribble almost because they're anticipating something else.
Right, and you're also seeing the speed advantage that the Thunder had that we talked about at the top of the broadcast. They're able to create because they're quicker, their footwork's a little cleaner. You saw Orweiler without good footwork, that turns into a turnover, probably a goal kick, because she needs to control the ball in such a tight space between two defenders that there's just no way she holds on to the ball.
Right foot from Tan into the box, headed high, and keeper comes down. Nice one-handed grab, throwing it out far side. Another thing that Donelon has done terrifically all evening is change directions pretty quickly to try to set up their counterattacks. The problem is it's 1-on-3 by the time they get it to the top. That's Kaylee Phillips staring at 3 Wheaton defenders, and Wheaton's going to come away with it. Strom with it, left foot, plays ahead, skips across midfield to the right foot of McLennan, high in the air towards midfield, stepping is Siebel. Going to win it for the Thunder, the freshman. Back to Karsten and now sent to space. Far side, past the Wheaton attack into Geiger. Geiger gonna lose this one to Shannon, keeping it inbounds. Plays to Kopelman in towards the end line, trying to keep it in play and not able to. Goal kick. Substitution here. Bozanic checks in for Capital.
Wartburg and Whitewater headed for second overtime, tied at 1 apiece. The winner will move on and move to the Sweet 16, which if the Thunder can hold on would most likely be here next weekend.
Now in for Capital, number 5, Alexa Bozanic.
Bozanic, right foot, plays towards midfield. Karsten is there. Right foot plays high in the air towards the end line. And across it, another goal kick. And Wheaton really put themselves in good shape. Again, we're far from this game being over. Still over 29 minutes left. Wheaton in front 2-0. But if they're able to extend or hang on to this lead, Wheaton put themselves in good shape. And you even see it in this first round. And we usually do for this women's team, being able to host at least a couple games.
Yeah, it's kind of a combination this year. There's several things that go into choosing a host site. One of them being record in comparison to the other 3 teams in that quadrant. One of them being central location. Now, this is really not a central location for any of these teams. Wheaton's the farthest west, but they do have the best record. Then the Thunder have a great history of hosting. When the NCAA puts Wheaton College down on the line as a host site, they know what they're getting, and that's going to be a quality event with a great facility and good fan turnout, and that's exactly what we've seen here in the first and second round.
Here's Kopelman, top of the attacking third, plays near side for Lilly, moving in towards the end line, in through the side of the box, ball wide right of the post, goal kick again for Donnelly.
Yeah, that spot a little wider is where we saw Lilly slot one under the crossbar last night. Well, that one, she probably had an opportunity actually to carry a little farther than she did and maybe set up time for a run to the back post by either Siebold or Kopelman.
Goal kick, played in the air down the middle of the field over the head of Shannon, all the way back to the center stripe. This is Tan with it, plays ahead towards Orweiler, and she is decked by the second stepping defender. Really trying to play that flick on head. She saw the one defender in front of her, and the second just stepped in, also going for the ball, but the body came across Orweiler.
I will say this, what we're used to seeing from Jamie Orweiler is spending a lot of time on the ground. She's an athletic, physical player. She goes after and challenges a lot of those 50-50 balls. So we're used to seeing this, but this year we've seen a lot less of it than we've seen in past years.
When she's been able to stay healthy for the whole year so far.
This is true.
Here's Kishkunis, free kick. Pretty deep for the Thunder. Top of the attacking third, ball in towards the box. This is going to be touched away towards the near side. Kept in by Lilly towards the end line and now out of bounds. Another goal kick for Donnellan, and here's a keeper change for the Thunder.
Yeah, you're going to see Hillary Barreto headed into goal. She will replace Kelsey Graham.
Hillary Barreto.
So Barreto will take the last 27 minutes and 46 seconds in between the posts.
Two keepers that have proven themselves at different points in the year. It's nice to see, you remember a couple years ago where Wheaton was very thin at the keeper position. Nice to see a little depth there this year.
Yeah, and actually both of them have seen action recently. I mean, Graham got the game against Illinois Wesleyan in the CCIW championship, and Barreto took the shootout. So these are two very experienced keepers for the Thunder.
Played forward and touched away by Kishkunis towards the center line and all the way into the attacking third. Kopelman going to backtrack on it, and this is going to be Danielle Irwin letting it roll to Donnellan. Into the gloves and off the laces down the field with the punt. To the head of Shannon, trying to find Lilly on the near side. This is going to be touched back towards the bottom of the circle for Capital. Ball in the air, played towards the near side. Lilly wins it in the air. Plays to Kopelman and now to Shannon. Into the attacking third, Shannon maybe setting up a deep strike and does, wide left. Skipping across the turf, goal kick.
Will now head to penalty kicks.
Goal kick taken by Donnellan. This is going to go right past the foot of Gustin to Carson. Lays it far side for Kishkunis. Cutting back towards the middle. And just taking what the defense gives her, she's got 2 defenders stepping. We'll play ahead to Orweiler on the ground. Orweiler, 2 defenders in front of her, plays far side for Kishkunis. Has it on her right foot, 2 defenders in front of her, and going to win a throw-in on that far side. Kishkunis looks back and finds Karsten. Right foot, plays across the box. Kopelman trying to get a flick on and a deflection. Out of bounds.
That's going to lead to a corner. Lily got enough of it at the end to play it into the keeper, who knocked it out of bounds. And you're starting to see Maggie Donnellan definitely not healthy, hobbling around, favoring a knee. But that's an incredibly athletic save to be made even completely healthy, let alone the fact that the knee that she's planting on to get full extension there is a little ginger right now.
That was a nice one-hand reaction right there.
Donnellan's shown great stuff, just point-blank reactions. You think back to the header off of Seabolt, and then that one.
Corner kick for Kishkunis, right foot. Blasted across the box, over the head of Orweiler, and skipping to the foot of Thompson, played away towards Els. Els going to play this to the Wheaton defense. Strom with it, 3 defenders stepping, and Strom has it taken away. Here goes Els. Top of the circle, and
nice step
by Tan, getting a foot on it, poking it away, and now possessing for the Thunder. To midfield, and Carrie Shannon. Looking square, finds Karsten, options in front of her, lots of options near side, and goes near side to Kishkunis. Moving in towards the top corner of the box on the near side. Kishkunis, ball on the right foot, step over, 1 defender in front of her. Foot on the top of the ball, and now goes further near side to Orweiler. 1 defender, Orweiler goes right past her. 2nd defender, passes past her. Kishkunis in the box, right foot hit into the hands of Donnellan.
Great stuff on both ends there. Great pace by Kishkunis, a little bit of bend to it. Maggie Donnellan showing these sure hands that we've seen all night from her, as she's not even bothered by that strike.
2-0 Wheaton in front, 24:30 left here in regulation. 2nd round of the NCAA tournament. Seabolt stepping, possessing, and now finds Shannon. Shannon plays to Orweiler, help coming from the backside. Orweiler running away from it, into the attacking third. Orweiler slotting the ball on the ground ahead towards Seabolt. Actually away from Seabolt a bit, out of bounds goal kick, and a couple substitutions here for the Crusaders.
Katie Chan's going to see her first action of the night for the Crusaders. She'll replace Gustin, and Holly Phillips going to check in for the 2nd time tonight. We saw her at the end of the first half, and she will go far side for McClellan.
Goal
Actually,
kick
wrong there too.
Goal kick for Donnellan. This is Orweiler taking a strike after bringing the goal kick down.
Natalie Fiorelli was the one coming off for the Crusaders.
Back into the gloves of Donnellan. Punting away now towards midfield far side. Kishkunis going to watch this go over her head towards the sideline. And out of bounds. Els just not able to keep it in. Gadara to check in now for the Thunder. She'll replace Kopelman.
So you'll see the 2 freshmen, Gadara and Seabolt, at the top of the formation. No, it's interesting. You kind of watch the flags on the far side of the field. The wind picking up still more out of the south, but starting to blow a little bit out of the southwest. So it's going to push balls towards the Thunder goal a little bit, but it's going to be much easier to switch possession from this end of the field to the north end of the field than it will be to come across. That's got to be the way. If either team wants to switch possession, you've got to start it on this side, because it's going to be very, very hard to play a ball through the teeth of that wind going from the north side of the field.
Near line to Hamilton, trying to keep it in play, and the ball does stay in play, and center official going to say a throw. Pasonic takes it in towards the center, possessed by Jans, and dropped back to Phillips. Phillips finds Thompson, ball in the air across the field, headed now to the foot of Karsten, top of the defensive third, clears away. Far side. This is Kishkunis keeping the ball in play. Dribbles up across midfield. Still with it is Kishkunis. 1 defender stepping. Avoids that defender. Kishkunis 25 yards out. Ball on the ground to Orweiler. Top of the box. Orweiler, 2 defenders stepping. Trying to go past 3 now. Orweiler still possessing. Has it touched away back towards Shannon. Shannon, ball in towards the end line. Just past Hamilton and out of bounds. Goal kick for Donnellan. Sub for the Crusaders.
Lauren Roy going to check back into the game for Capital. The quarterback at the back of that defense. Well, actually, it looks like she's going to report to the front. So she will take the back.
Goal kick taken by Donnellan. Won by Phillips in the middle of the field. This is going to go to the foot of Seabolt, though. Drop back left side of the circle for Karsten and switches right side of the circle for Tan. Right foot. Tan going to rocket this towards the top of the box. Nice flick on header from Orweiler, trying to find Seabolt in towards the end line, but that flag is up offsides. Free kick for Capital.
McClellan, the one coming out there for Capital. And at some point, they might push. You might see them push one of those 4 backs up to a midfield spot. They're going to have to try to find a way to control some offense because this half has been dominated by Thunder possession in the attacking half of the field.
20-30 left in regulation. Wheaton in front 2-0. Karsten plays right side of the circle for Orweiler. Orweiler keeps it moving near side for Hamilton. The freshman has it on a right foot, one defender in front. Into the attacking third with the dribble, top corner of the box, near side, step over, moving in towards the end line. Hamilton slots it across the box, and this is going to be touched away by the Capital defense. Nice work by the freshman, though, on the near side. Dropped back and cleared away once again. Stepping is Hamilton. Going to lose this one as the ball rolls off the top of her foot and cleared away back towards Liebedor, who bats it right back in towards Capital territory and headed back in by Pasonic. All the way back to the right back, Esther Tan with pressure. Plays near side for Hamilton, keeps it in play. Hamilton, Pasonic on her back, drop back for Tan, and now cleared away with the right foot. Nice clearance over the head of, I believe, middle of the field. That was Phillips. Miser. And coming away with it is Orweiler. Ball on the ground in towards Seabolt. Seabolt in near side of the box. Strike! Far post just passed. Goal kick.
Seabolt did everything right. She controls all the way. She opens up the back angle, and then she just didn't keep it on frame. You've got to at least give that one a chance. Donnellan may make a save, but you've got to at least trouble the keeper with it. Jen Lee and Ian Turner check in. Aaron Strom and Laura Karsten check out. They're going to get about a 5 to 8 minute breather, and then you'll see them right back in. You might even see Pete Felsky start rotating his backs a little bit, heading down the stretch.
Goal kick taken by the Crusaders, far side. Comes down on the foot of Kish Kunis. Back to the upfield area. Now trying to turn on it and going to lose it. Moving into the attacking third are the Crusaders. Ball forward and now taken away by Tan. Thunder moving towards midfield. Tan ball on the ground, sending Seabolt in towards the top corner of the box near side. Seabolt trying to get there before Miser, not able to. Knocked out of bounds. And this will be a corner kick for the Thunder. Everyone moves forward, and Kish Kunis makes her jog to the near side. Again, if you're not watching this and you want to, you can catch the last 18 minutes. Wheaton in front 2-0 on WETN.org. Click Watch Live.
Again, live stats also available through our website, athletics.wheaton.edu. And you can scroll down in the middle of the page. There will be an option for live stats for this game.
Corner kick taken by Kish Kunis. Stepping is Shannon right over her head, all the way out the far side of the box. This is Hamilton back on it, and she will drop it back. Played right back in. A little back and forth near the border of the attacking third for the Thunder. Finally coming into possession is Geiger for the Crusaders. Played ahead on the ground to Miser, and now across midfield. Nice turn by Els. Moving in past the Wheaton defense. Els, top corner of the box, far side, right foot, plays the ball in towards Barreto, diving and collecting in the middle.
Nice job by Barreto. You got to go down to that ball. You've got to smother it against the turf, and that's exactly what she does. Uses her body to shield against the hop, so if that ball comes up, it's going to hit the body of Barreto and go right back down to the ground where she can recover.
Seabolt trying to turn on the near side, going to have it go out of bounds. And a sub here.
Subs for both teams, and returning will be Tara Zimmer, so she'll join more of the attack, and you'll see Marley Disher for the first time tonight, which will push Seabolt back to the sideline as Disher replaces Kish Kunis.
Now into the game for Wheaton, number 26, Marley Disher.
Danielle Irwin to take the throw for the Crusaders. 16:50 left here in regulation. Wheaton in front 2-0. Tossed in down the near sideline. And nice turn from Phillips. Holly Phillips moving in, sends the ball to Thompson, and now rockets one on the ground across the end line. Goal kick.
16:35 remaining here, second round action. The winner will punch their ticket to the Sweet 16. Right now the Thunder leading The Crusaders of Capital University out of the Ohio Athletic Conference by a score of 2-1 with 6:20 left in this one from Joe Bean Stadium here in Wheaton, Illinois.
Stepping in is Geiger, winning for the Crusaders. Plays to Katie Jans, back to Geiger, middle of the field, top of the attacking third, left foot, ball on the ground towards the top corner of the box, near side. Nice turn for Holly Phillips, and now taken away by Seabolt. Possessing at this right mid position. Seabolt plays on the ground to Turner, defensive center mid, now ahead to the attacking center mid, Shannon, and she'll rotate it all the way over to Orweiler, center of the pitch, up across the center stripe, and far side. Ball is moved to Lee. On the ground, ahead to Hamilton at that left wing. Hamilton drop back to Orweiler, center of the pitch, now finds Shannon. Shannon moving in towards the top of the box, trying to set up her right foot, not able to. And Shannon goes down, as does Holly Phillips. Capital comes away with it. Turner stepping, trying to dispossess. Not able to, but Seabolt will. Seabolt plays the ball down the sideline, to space, to the end line, and to the blue wall. Goal kick. Coming up on 15 minutes left in regulation, Wheaton in front 2-0. Goal kick taken by Donnellan. Orweiler trying to win in the middle of the pitch, not able to. Stepping is Katie Jans, winning for Capital, playing all the way over to the right side. Far side for Geiger. And a foul here. That's on Lee. Free kick for Capital. To be taken by Roy. With the right foot in the air up across midfield. Nice header from Hamilton. Finds Disher up top. Disher trying to send Gadara. Ball's a little short, but Gadara still comes up with it. Plays far side for Disher. Disher moving in towards the end line. Tough first touch. She's going to have to catch up with it, and does. Left foot back across the box. Possessed by Lauren Roy, up and out with the right foot. Into the foot of Turner and out of bounds off of Turner. Sub here for Capital, throw for Capital. Checking in will be Samantha Schaefer.
Number 9, Samantha Schaefer entering for Capital.
Tossed in down the far sideline, stepping his lead, plays in the air towards, I believe this is Schaefer, just checked in and now getting her first touch on the ball. And Schaefer's going to win a throw for Capital far side. Another throw here for the Crusaders and another substitution.
And McClellan will return with 13:20 remaining. And if you're Capital, you got to start to look at ways that you can force the envelope a little bit offensively, because you've got to come up with some offense. They haven't really put a solid shot on goal in quite some time.
Shannon megs her opponent on the far side, now plays forward on the ground, a Capital possession. Touch towards the middle of the field, stepping is Orweiler. Turning, trying to move past Schaefer, and Orweiler slots it near side to the right back, Esther Tan. Plays ahead on the ground to Gadara. Gadara possessing, back to midfield. And now finds Tan. Tan's going to play this to Capital possession. And middle of the field. This is Els with it. Els trying to set up something and has it taken away by Lee. Lee and Tan have come up big and in clutch one-on-one situations.
Yeah, that's a nice job. You come over from the corner, you shut off the angle so she doesn't have any room to get a pass through to help on that far side, and really then you're pinching essentially because you've got the middle back coming up in Libidor.
12 and a half minutes left. Wheaton in front, 2-0. Tan, right foot in towards the top of the box. Gadara touches back towards the far sideline. This will be a throw deep in their own territory for the Crusaders. Danielle Irwin running over to take it near the corner flag.
And an accidental siren there as Kishkunis trying to check in, but it's a Capital throw, so will be unavailable to do so.
Tossed in down the line to Phillips. Holly Phillips turning down the line and has it taken away by Seabold and Orweiler. Orweiler plays it off the foot of Phillips and out of bounds.
By Phillips.
And now you'll see that Kishkunis substitution.
Yeah, great defense there by Phillips.
For Wheaton number 4, Caitlin Kishkunis.
Orweiler going to step off. Tossed in to Seabold. And now played to the Capital defense. Touched away and a foul called on Seabold as you know, her foot's not especially high, but when you come in with the cleats chopping down at the ball, that's a dangerous play.
Yeah, it's anytime the cleats go up at all, it gets dangerous because you never know what's going to come down underneath them. If someone goes for a slide tackle or if someone trips, all of a sudden you're chopping down on the leg of somebody. And anytime the cleats go up, you've got to make a conscious effort to protect the player.
Disher drops back to Turner, looking over towards the near side and sending into space. I believe this is Hamilton on the far side. Hamilton dropped back to Shannon and lets it roll. Right foot plays square across the field to Kishkunis. One touch is going to go right to Esther Tan. With her right foot, Tan plays to the sideline for Seabolt. Now back to Tan. Has one stepping on her. Tan trying to make a good play on the ground and does to Kishkunis. Kishkunis has Disher in front of her, sending her to space towards the end line. And this will run across the end line. Goal kick once again for Donnellan. Tough to get stuff going towards the center of the pitch as these center backs are really moving well together as they have all night. 10.5 minutes left. Wheaton in front 2-0. Goal kick taken over towards the near side. Holly Phillips stepping to it. Ball in the air. Shannon wins it. Top of the attacking third near side. This is Marley Disher. Plays towards Seabolt. Keeps it in down the near sideline and towards the end line. And shielding is Irwin. Going to shield out of bounds. Goal kick once again for Donnellan, and we'll have a substitution.
Natalie Fiorelli will be trying to check in for the Crusaders. 10 minutes remaining, but it's going to be put back into play by Donnellan before they can get the sub in. Fiorelli did not report in time. 10 minutes to play. Thunder lead Capital 2-0. The winner will move on to next weekend's Sweet 16.
Roy plays away. This is Turner. Drop back into the circle for Kishkunis, who's playing in the center of the pitch for the first time tonight. Far side, Hamilton. Out on the right wing is Seabolt, and left wing is Hamilton. Has it taken away. And moving into Thunder territory is McClellan. Ball on the ground, trying to find Els. Stepping is Tan, and wins it away for the Thunder. Far side, Gadara now sending Hamilton to the line. Just shy of midfield. Dribbles up across the center stripe, and now to Disher, who has it knocked out of bounds by Roy. Far side throw for the Thunder.
I will say this, the first half you saw Capital really do some things to frustrate the Thunder offensively. Not quite the flow of offense we're used to seeing by the Thunder, but here in the second half they've really opened things up.
Kishkunis looking to have a strike from distance and straight to the gloves of Donnellan again.
And with Donnellan in the goal, you've got to come up with something really stellar to get a shot from that distance past her.
Again, has saved close to 85% of the balls put towards her during the regular season. Here is Disher trying to move the ball laterally for the Thunder. Has it taken away, and now up across midfield, Zimmer and the Crusaders. Ball on the ground, in towards the top of the box, in past the top of the box, and across the end line. Goal kick for the Thunder coming up on 8 minutes left in regulation in front 2-0, and now you'll see the substitution.
It'll be Fiorelli. And now for Capital, you're at that point where you've got to see what happened with Alma last night. You're in that same point. When that ball goes forward, you've got to send everybody forward. It's going to lead to some counter weakness, but you have to start committing everyone to every opportunity you get in the attacking third for the final 8 minutes.
Kishkunis plays near sideline for Seabolt. Seabolt, defender in front of her, is going to lose it out of bounds, but it'll stay Wheaton ball. She'll leave it now for Tan to take the throw about 15 yards shy midfield on the near side. Tan tosses across midfield to Seabolt. Traps with the left foot. Seabolt back facing upfield. Plays left foot across the field, and this is going to be intercepted by Zimmer. Right back to Seabolt, though.
Wow, Wisconsin Whitewater knocks off Wartburg in penalty kicks, 6-5. Upset there for the Warhawks, knocking off the Knights at Wartburg. So the top-seeded team out of that quadrant will not advance. And that'll be the Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks will be who plays the winner of this game.
Near side. This is Schaefer with it. Going to lose it to Turner. Turner looking upfield. Cuts it back under her left foot and looking to switch towards the far side. That's what you got to do, especially when you're in the lead. Continue to play away from pressure.
Yep. At this point, if you're the Thunder, you're content to have these kind of possessions because Capital's going to have to push forward, and they're going to open up passing lanes. And if you're the Thunder, just take what the defense gives you. Don't try to push anything forward when it's not there. Be content to play to the backs.
Here's Tan moving up the near side. One defender stepping from behind. That's Fiorelli. Tan plays on the ground towards the middle of the field for Disher. And now played over across the near sideline and out of bounds. Throw for the Thunder.
And subs for both squads. It'll be Danny DeLeon for the Thunder and Brianna Walcott for Capital.
Brianna Walcott.
Throw for Tan. Goes down the line to Disher. Lets it bounce. Flick over her head, trying to find
25, Danny DeLeon.
DeLeon towards the end line. And does for a moment. Now touched away back towards Disher's side of the box and cleared away by the defense. Playing it is Schaefer. Up into the circle for Zimmer. Right foot. Stepping is Turner, trying to win it back. Not able to, but the ball on the ground goes to the foot of Kishkunis, who plays it out of bounds. Shy of midfield for Capital. This will be a throw-in. And they're going to let him move all the way up across midfield. 10 yards or so for the throw. Take it quickly. Lee wins the ball in the air. Back towards Thompson. Delaney Thompson, ball on the ground down the near sideline. Nice flick for Zimmer. Moving in and sending a ball in towards the center of the box. Ricochet, here's Fiorelli. Top of the box, finds Els. Setting up a left-footed strike off the
nice spot.
Defense. Liebedor positioned herself well.
Yeah, that's good stuff from Els. Puts a lot of pace on it, but you can't go right at the middle. Liebedor, both her and Barreto sitting in the middle of the goal. You've got to pick a post and go for it.
Sending it in towards the box. This is going to be collected by Donnellan.
5 minutes to play. Thunder leading Capital 2-0. Spot in the Sweet 16 opposite University of Wisconsin-Whitewater on the line.
Foul here in the middle of the field. This will be a free kick for the Thunder. 4:40 left here in the second half, and it's time for our second half fan of the game. And we've got several tonight. JP Sandvik, Mikhail Vyers, and Parati, you are our fans of the game.
And Melee, all rights accruing there too.
Far side, this is going to be turning with it. Thunder possession. Shannon moving upfield. Plays square across to Kishkunis, and now near side for DeLeon. Looking forward, playing it on the ground, and cleared away by the defense. And Turner gets away with a shove in Wheaton territory, knocking Walcott to the ground. Kishkunis going to come into possession of the ball, and back to Turner, left side of the circle now for Lee.
Wheaton really doing a great job milking these final minutes out with possession. There's a good ball through to Disher. Disher's on the back, and Disher with the extra goal. 3-0 Thunder with 3:49 to go. A beautiful through ball from Shannon. The possession just seemed to kind of freeze the defense, and then a beautiful ball punched through to the freshman Marley Disher. And for Disher, that is goal number 1 of her Wheaton career.
Actually, number 2. She scored yesterday. She scored today.
You are correct.
And number 18,
goal number 2 for Disher.
Jamie Meiser. Into the game for Wheaton.
That's not a bad spot in the season your freshman year. Pick your first couple of times to score. National tournament.
No, and these freshmen have played so well for the Thunder this season. And especially in the tournament, you look at Gadara's got 2 goals, Seabolt's got a goal and almost poked one in earlier, and now Disher's got 2 goals. So 5 of the 8 goals here in the first 2 rounds have come from the freshmen.
Does that bode well for future years?
I would think the future continues to look bright for the Thunder program.
This is Disher far side.
Well, let's not forget the solid play that we've seen from Annie Hamilton. Hamilton's been solid on the sides all weekend, running both sidelines with extended minutes.
Really a Thunder team that runs deep and well past the stat book, as most soccer teams do, given the nature of scoring in this game. Near side, this is going to be Tan with it, turning towards the near sideline, and DeLeon. DeLeon touched right back to Tan. Nice ball, and now knocked out of bounds by Tan. Throw in just shy of midfield. And good luck, Rusty, with the substitutions.
Well, coming on, you're going to have Kaylee Phillips, Madison Palmer, Bazanik, and waiting to check in will be Hillary Jones. Carrie Shannon checks out for the Thunder. Hillary Quinn checks in. As it looks like this will be the seniors, or trying to get the seniors in at least, for this Capital team.
3 minutes left in the regular amount of time. 3-0 is our score. Wheaton in front. Here's Quinn looking upfield. Ball on her right foot. Plays far side. Sending Disher. Gadara towards the middle of the field. Disher, left foot. Ball high across the box over everybody and over the crossbar. Landing on top of the net. Goal kick for Donnelly.
And now it'll be Hillary Jones And Ashley Wheaton checking into the game for Capital.
In for Capital, number 20.
First-year coach Chris Coons has led his team to the second round, and now he's going to try to get all of his players a little taste of the action. They trail 3-0 with 2:25 and counting. It's a smart move as you build a program and get all your players a little taste of what it feels like to play in the postseason. Makes them that much hungrier to get back and get another taste of it.
And while the Thunder have had by far more chances all night, more possession all night, Rusty, there have been few teams that I've seen this year that play the Thunder that have moved without the ball as well as an entire unit as this Capital squad.
Right. This defensive unit for Capital has really been superb, and now the goalie change as they will pull Donnellan and put in Melanie Graff, the sophomore, and Donnellan's going to hobble off. And give Maggie Donnellan a lot of credit. She puts up a clean sheet last night, and she was superb tonight. Very athletic saves. This could have easily been a 5-6-0 game, but Donnellan, an exceptional keeper, great reactions, and really kept her team in the game.
Even getting a handshake from head coach Pete Felsky of the Thunder, which is rare in-game, you would think, to see the head coach come over and congratulate another player as he sees her be subbed out for the rest of the game. But Donnellan, as you said, Rusty, really had a terrific match.
Late corner here for Capital with 1:10. Yeah, Donnellan, like we said, those quick reactions were the only thing that kept Seabolt's goal out, Orweiler's goal. This could have easily been a 5-6-0 game, but Donnellan with those great reflections, great hands, as good a hands as we've seen all season long.
This is going to be Tan chasing the ball down on the near side, and less than 50 seconds left. Turning the ball upfield, Hillary Jones going to have it knocked away from her and played in by Wheaton. Touched away by Liebedor. High ball towards the defense. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Turning is Schaefer with it. Takes a strike from deep, and Liebedor will collect that one at her knees and play it away. Towards Disher, 20 seconds left here in the round of 32. And after the round of 32 for the Thunder is the round of Sweet 16. As you know, you live to play another day. Each next day of the tournament, you see half the teams that we're playing go home and take a week off before they start thinking about the next year. And the Thunder will not be doing that as the final horn sounds. 3-0 victors today at Joe Bean Stadium. They moved to 21-2 overall. Capital finishes their year at 13-8-2, losing in the round of 32 to the Thunder, who will move on, punch their ticket to the Sweet 16.
I know you said it. This is a Capital team that defensively moves together, works in harmony as well as we've seen all year. That defensive line led by Lauren Roy, just the movement is beautiful to watch from where we sit. When that ball swings side to side, you just see purple shirts and lines moving forward. Like we said, it's like a foosball table. There's just a string between these players that they move in harmony, and they collect defensively so well, and they're there in numbers and in support of each other. And this is a young team that will be back.
Absolutely. You look at the seniors on this team: Gustin, Schaefer, Zimmer, Fiorelli, Phillips. That's Kaylee Phillips, Miser, and Breithop. Those are the seniors on this team. They're returning a lot of talent, and you really have to credit head coach Chris Coons in his first year as the whole game he's standing on this sideline, yelling out assignments, encouraging defenders to basically play on the jerseys of the Wheaton opponents, which is what you have to do as a defender. Once that ball comes in, you want to step, you want to close out that space so that you don't have to do it once the attacking player's already got the ball and is turning to face you.
Right, and the way they play defense, the mindset, they're well coached, they're very young. This is a Capital team that you're going to hear a lot about, and they're going to make some noise, and I wouldn't be surprised if we find them matched up again with the Thunder at a later round in the tournament again in years to come, because this is a deep, young team for Capital with a lot of talent and a great coaching staff. And they came in here, and like we said, they frustrated the Thunder for about the first 35 minutes. They break through on a beautiful set piece from Kishkunis. Kishkunis' set balls tonight tonight were as good collectively as we've seen. Now, a couple in the second half got stuck a little bit too close to the top of the 18, away from where they can pose any threat. But really, her set piece balls were what led to 2 of the 3 goals, and that's been the Thunder's strength all season. And moving forward will have to be a strength next weekend. When you see Wisconsin Whitewater, you're likely to see Wash U coming back out of that bottom quadrant, and I would assume it would be Loris coming out of that bottom. And Loris and Whitewater, that's going to be a fun game to watch. Loris and Wash U, if those are the 2 teams that advance out of that bracket, that's going to be a fun game to watch, because these are 2 teams that the Thunder have already beat this year. They beat Loris 3-1 in the season opener. They beat Wash U 2-0 down in St. Louis earlier this year. So the Thunder have seen these teams. They have not seen Whitewater. That was going to be the advantage of running into Wartburg, was then you've got 3 teams coming into Joe Bean Stadium next weekend that the Thunder have already beat, and then 2 of the 3 being on the road. So that would have been a huge advantage for the Thunder. And now the one foreign team that they have is going to be Whitewater, and that'll be the first ever matchup between the Thunder and the Whitewater Warhawks. And then just continues a trend. The Thunder hadn't seen Penn State Barron. They hadn't seen anybody actually out of the AMCC, which is Barron's conference. They hadn't seen anybody out of the OAC, which was Capitol's conference. So they're a little familiar with the WIAC, having played Eau Claire and La Crosse and those type of teams, and Stevens Point. So they know the style of soccer in that conference. However, getting to know the style of Wisconsin Whitewater is going to be a whole different thing.
And again, that's coming forward, and we will have the official printouts for those games coming forward on our website, athletics.wheaton.edu, with all your Thunder previews moving forward into the round of 16 after the 3-0 victory. Let's take a look at these post-game statistics. And in the first game, the Thunder got up 28 shots and compared to 2 for Penn State Barron. This game, 28 more shots compared to 4 for Capital University. And Hillary Els did a terrific job from that midfield spot. 3 shots, 2 on goal for Capital, and Kaylee Phillips also with a shot.
Again, congratulations.
You look at across the board on the Thunder side, 28 shots overall, 13 on goal, 3 in the goal, and 2 assists. He had 7 shots for Kishkunis, 6 of them on frame. Orweiler had 6 shots, 2 on frame, 1 back of the net. 3 shots for Karsten, 2 of them were on frame, 3 shots also for Shannon. 2 shots apiece for Lillystrom and Seabolt, 1 goal from Seabolt, and a shot apiece from Kopelman, Gadara, and Disher. Gadara and Disher both registering goals on their only shots of the evening. Again, scoring summary, 40th minute. Gadara netted her 9th of the year on the assist of Caitlin Kishkunis. 53rd minute, Orweiler, her 12th of the year, unassisted from 5 yards out after going through about 3 defenders. And 87th minute, Marley Disher, her 2nd of the year, 2nd of the postseason, picking the right time of the year to start scoring on the assist from Carrie Shannon. And Disher's shot was from about 14 yards out. Wheaton will move on as Kelsey Graham and Hillary Barreto combine for the 90-minute shutout. Graham played 62.5 minutes. Barreto played 27.5. 1 save apiece for each of them. And again, we cannot say enough about Maggie Donnellan between the pipes for Capital. She had 10 saves on the evening and probably prevented herself from having to make even several more by stepping off her line and coming up with some big balls in the center of the box.
So you start to look at this Whitewater team. They're going to interplay with a 15-4-2 record, 14-4-3 record coming off the shootout win against Wartburg. Common opponents, they lost to Loris 3-2. The Thunder defeated Loris 3-1. We talked about that. North Park, Whitewater defeated them 5-1. University of Dubuque, who the Thunder have played in the past, is a common opponent. They lost to Illinois Wesleyan 3-1. They did defeat UW Stevens Point twice in the regular season, and then again in the WIAC tournament 3-2. And excuse me while I try to find the other one, 3-2 both times, and then they defeated Augustana 3-1. So there's a lot of common opponents that you can kind of see how they stack up. The loss to Illinois Wesleyan, the loss to Loris, those are 2 teams that the Thunder have beat. But it's really easy to say, okay, advantage Thunder. But when you hit the postseason, it's a completely different ball game. You can throw those games out the window, and it's a Whitewater team that's going to ride in a lot of momentum coming off a shootout road win at Waverly, Iowa.
And again, Capital actually going to finish this year at 14-8-2. Wheaton moves to 21-2 on the year. That's 20 1 and 2.